turning, toy passion burning. Rudy's a zoo, Rudy's a zoo. YouTuber vlogging, backwards cap wearing. Rudy's a zoo, Rudy's a zoo. Rudy's a zoo.
Hi, and welcome to Rudy's the Zoo's Science Fantasy Experience, and a quick look at what I've been buying lately. Because it all came in one go. I basically got 4 new toys yesterday, which is practically unheard of for me. I'm not the type of person to order lots in one go or go to the shops and buy a load. It's not how I do it. It's just not part of the way that I buy toys or collect toys or do it. But it's this culmination of a couple of pre-orders, an order because I realised I had some money in my PayPal account, and finding a toy in the wild. It just so happened in one day. So yeah, I placed pre-orders way back in like January, maybe like 5 months ago. Kind of forgot about them. And then a few months later, I was just like, oh, here's a reminder that this is coming out. And I was just like, okay, cool. And then I paid them off. And then obviously I just kind of forgot. I just forgot when the release dates were, or whether they got pushed back or further. I just wasn't really paying attention to it. And then on the Wednesday, when I realised I'd got some money in my PayPal account, because I'd sold some bits and pieces, I was just like, okay, cool, I'm gonna get a new toy. I'm gonna get a new action figure maybe. And I did that kind of bit of, do you know what, I'm gonna toy hunt online, and I'm gonna go through a load of websites and kind of keep my mind open to what I might sort of want. A couple of like preconceptions of what I would like for the collection. You know, I've got tons of things that I do want, but they're mostly out of my budget at the moment. So I just left it at that, and just I stumbled across something, and I'll come to it in a bit because I'm stoked by it, and it's something that I just never expected to get. And then obviously, before I even knew I was getting 3 toys, I found something in the wild. So, hailing from parts unknown, the Ultimate Warrior. On my lunch break, it was such a nice day that I went out for a walk and popped into the local independent toy store, and there he was. And he's a little bit bent and dinged up, and he was dusty as hell. And because I don't really go into that independent toy shop that often, like at all, because it basically just sells trading cards now, and that's where he makes all his business. I don't go in there. But I thought, you know what, I'll go in there. And it was dusty as hell, so it's obviously been in there for a while and nobody's looked at it, because it's a Wave 1 from 2016. So yeah, may the wrestling continue in my collection. You know, I didn't plan on getting any more wrestling figures at all. You know, I've got Cactus Jack and I've got Sting, but now one of my all-time faves from WWF, I have Ultimate Warrior. So yeah, that was the first toy of the day. So yeah, I'm all good. I'm super happy that, you know, on my lunch break at, you know, whatever it was, 1 o'clock, I'd got a new toy to have a look at. And then the postman came with a box, and I was just like, oh, that's addressed to me. And I was just like, oh, it can't be that toy I've ordered. And like, I only ordered that Wednesday, and you know, I read the terms and conditions. They said, oh, do you expect, you know, 7 to 10 working days for it to be delivered? I was like, oh, it's not that. That's not coming. It wasn't that. It was something completely that I had forgotten about, as I said, because I ordered it back in January, and that would be the Grey Ghost from DC Collectibles. And way back in January, I'd seen some other DC collectibles in, like, I think it was B&M of all places, and they looked pretty decent, but they just had really characters, Mephisto and Ra's al Ghul's like daughter, and I'm like, I don't even know who those characters are. But the figures looked incredible, and I was just like, they're really, really cool. Do they do other characters? And like, yeah, they do. They do loads. And I was just like, oh, I'm gonna get one of those. And then I realised that all the best ones weren't coming out until way later in the year. But I thought, Grey Ghost, I've got to go for that, because it's my favourite episode of the whole series. One of my all-time favourite characters. You know, I like Scarecrow and I like Two-Face, but they're not even out yet. So if this is any good, which if it's as good as it looks like in the package, that's a rabbit hole, obviously, because I do like Two-Face a lot. So yeah, so that came, and then another pre-order came in that box, which I think I must have ordered a month later, because they both came from like Forbidden Planet, who are notoriously slow at getting stuff out. You know, I pre-ordered Egon in like end of November, and he didn't come until like January or something like that. But I have got Hordak from She-Ra, the Princess of Power, or Masters of the Universe, depending on which way you see it. Stoked. I'm so excited to finally have something from the Evil Horde. You know, I've only got like one He-Man. Well, actually, I suppose if you count my blind bags, 3 bits of He-Mans. You know, I've got Savage World He-Man, the red He-Man. But now I've got a Hordak, and it is just, as you see, as seen on TV, it's just like the screen. When I saw that Super 7 were doing these, I was just like, I've got to get some of these. And I didn't want to go straight for He-Man or Skeletor. I wanted a bad guy, and it had to be Hordak. He's the most sinister of them all. You know, I'm going to do videos on all these figures for sure, and I've definitely got an idea for a new series of episodes to feature some of these figures. But yeah, Hordak. And then finally, as I said, on that Wednesday, before I knew I was going to get a load of toys, I had money in my PayPal, and I did that toy hunt, the online toy hunt. And I just stumbled across an action figure website that I'd never used before, and their collection of stuff was incredible. And when I saw it, I was just like, I have to have this, because I never had the figures as a kid. By 91, 92, without giving anything away just yet, I raced home to watch this cartoon after school. I must have been, I guess, 13 maybe. And by that time I wasn't really playing with toys anymore. I was more that weird mix of Warhammer and skateboarding. You can't get two more extremes. But for people that have watched my channel, you know that I love my cartoons. And I would race home to watch Bucky O'Hare, and I was just like, yes, I need a representation of Bucky O'Hare. And I don't want to go the vintage route, because I just don't think the vintage figures do that much for me. I have no connection to them either from a childhood in terms of playing with toys. But Boss Fight do an incredible range. And when I saw, I think it must have been New York Toy Fair earlier in the year, when Bruiser Baboon got revealed, and I was just like, wow, Boss Fight look incredible. And then I was just like, oh, when's Bruiser released? Yeah, that's not until like October, November. And I was like, man, I really want some sort of representation of Bucky O'Hare. and then I found it, and that would be the Storm Toad Soldier. Incredible, just the packaging oozes the early 90s, and they're just incredible figures. I just didn't want to go down the route of the main characters. I wanted to get something a little bit different from the line. And this is the first time I've really looked at these this morning, because I was so overwhelmed by what happened yesterday that I've just realised that this is a removable pack. So you can have it either in the box or out the box. Stunning. I cannot wait to do a video on this guy for sure, because it oozes so much nostalgia, and it just looks incredibly well made. So yeah, this is a what and how of what I've been buying lately. Expect videos on all 4 of these characters for sure. It's going to be super exciting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.